This is News with the Disney Dude. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and please hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Here now is the news for Wednesday, December 31st of 2025, the last show of the year. Epcot dance parties celebrate New Year's Eve in 2026. So all the parks except Animal Kingdom are doing a New Year's Eve celebration. So I know that this is a little bit late breaking, but if you are at the parks tonight, you know, you can go to these dance parties at Epcot and at Hollywood Studios, and as well as the Magic Kingdom. Frost advisory is issued for both the Walt Disney World Resort and Universal Orlando Resort. So please, again, if you are at the parks right now, it's, you know, I really hope that you brought your warm clothes, because we're now getting some very cold temperatures. You know, it seems kind of weird talking about that for Florida, but you know, we do get, you know, a couple days of winter here and there. So the good news is it's not going to last long. It's going to slowly climb up. But I think today was the coldest day. It was only in the low 60s. It's going to gradually get better as the week goes on. But just so you folks are aware that it is pretty chilly right now. It is pretty chilly. So again, I hope you packed some warm clothes. All right. Now, I'm going to stop and talk about this story now, because as a lot of you folks already know, this show is near and dear to my heart. At Hollywood Studios, there was another incident. There was another boulder malfunction. This was caught on camera. You can find it on YouTube or anywhere else. Another boulder malfunction happened at the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. So when Indiana Jones grabs the statue, and then when the fire effects came up, and then the doors opened for the boulder he starts running, and the boulder started, rolling down, and then somehow or another it got dislodged from the track, and the boulder went tumbling off and was rolling toward the audience. A very brave cast member, whom I know, his name is Robert. He jumped in front of the boulder and stopped it. I want to give you some background on this. So obviously, no, this is not a real boulder, but it weighs 400 pounds. It weighs 400 pounds, and it's made of rubber. All right, so it can definitely do some damage. And Robert, you see him in the video. He runs toward the boulder, puts his hands out like this. He's standing he's standing in front of the audience. He puts his hands up to stop the boulder. The boulder hits him, and it knocks him back. And they immediately stop the show. From what I understand, he is doing okay. He is in the hospital right now, as you can obviously imagine. He had stitches in. I think it just really kind of knocked the wind out of him. But he's doing okay. He is doing okay. Again, as far as we all know, he's doing okay. He's doing all right. He is in the hospital, like I said, recovering from this incident. But just, we as audience members don't really think about the dangers, like this, for the show. We don't think about, the dangers that come with a show like this. So when something like this happens, we have to take into effect that this is a very dangerous show to do. And the cast members that the stunt people at the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular are really, in my opinion, the tip-top of performers. They are my favorite performers. I know all of them, because I did get to celebrate with them at the 35th anniversary of the show. So I know all of these cast members. They're all near and dear to my heart. And when I found out that it was Robert that got hit, my heart immediately went out to him. I am going to go to Hollywood Studios on Saturday. I'm going to take a card. I'm going to give it to the cast members there so they can give it to him. But I mean, just keep that in mind that, that we don't really think about all the dangers that a show like this has, but this show really is dangerous. It is really dangerous, and I am so glad though that Robert, the quick thinking on his part, no guests were injured. When I see him again, I'm going to give him a very big, warm thank you, because he saved a lot of lives. He saved a lot of lives, because if he hadn't done that, that boulder would have really smashed. That boulder would have rolled on top of the audience, and it would have killed people. It would have, because 400 pounds of rubber is very, obviously nothing to sneeze at. So, I am very thankful that his quick thinking saved the day. My fear is now that this show is going to be modified now. I really hope not. But on the other hand, I understand. This show is, well, now it's 36 years old. This show is long in the tooth. It really needs to be updated, and from what I understand, it was supposed to be updated pre-COVID. They were supposed to update the show, new technology, new, everything. And then COVID happened, and that, unfortunately, that didn't happen. So now they're, still running the same show. And I'm not knocking the show. The show is absolutely fantastic. Again, I go on and on about these cast members, Robert and Trudy and Chris and, Kevin, and all. I mean, I could I could sit here for an hour and name all these cast members. Rachel, and just everybody, every single person in this show gives it 110%. They are absolutely brilliant at what they do. And, again, it's not something that it's not something that we really think of until something like this happens. When something like this happens, and then it's all, and then we're like, wow, I forgot that this show is really dangerous. This show is really, really dangerous. So, but again, I applaud Robert for his quick thinking and his his fast reflexes. It was nothing very, very serious, thank God. It could have gone a lot worse. This could have gone a lot worse. Again, on one hand, I really hope that Disney, that the show stays the same. Obviously, they're not running it right. That the show is still going on, but they're not running the Boulder part. They're not running that because they have to figure out what happened, what went wrong. But I really hope that this doesn't change. But on the other hand, if it did, I would understand. It would be sad to lose it. It's such an iconic part of that show and part of the movie, really, for that matter. But again, I wouldn't be upset because I would understand. I would totally understand. So, we're just going to have to wait and see. We're just going to have to wait and see what Disney decides. Obviously, safety of the cast members come first. But I really hope that they don't get rid of, the Boulder permanently. I really hope they don't do that. But I will say something to Disney's maintenance team. I will say something to the Disney maintenance team, okay? This show is telling you something. This show is saying it is time for refurbishment. It is time to refurbish this show and update it and have the current technology. And it needs to be, I don't want to say safer because, again, I'm sure that, they do everything that they can to make this show safe. But again, I really hope that, nothing really, I hope that the show isn't drastically changed, on one hand, but on the other hand, I would totally understand. I would totally understand why they wouldn't do it. I don't know about permanently, but at least for a while, they're probably not going to be doing that Boulder. They're still going to do that scene. They have an alternate scene put in place. It's not as epic, no, pun intended, but it is something, it'll keep the show going. It'll keep the show going. And I really hope that, Robert is doing okay. I really hope that he's doing all right. As far as we know, he's doing okay. He's doing fine. He's doing all right. Like I said, I am going to go to Disney's Hollywood Studios on Saturday, and I'm going to give one of the cast members that card so they can give to him, and I'll try to find out more information. I don't want to prod too much because it's really none of my business. But I just hope that he's doing okay. I really hope that he's doing this, and it's such a bad thing to happen. This this time of year, going into the new year and everything. So it's 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 a sad thing, but again, I really, really, really applaud him. I really applaud Robert for his quick thinking and his fast acting, and stopping that boulder from doing a lot more damage, because this could have been 10 times worse. It could have been 10 times worse. And I can guarantee you that if somebody had not acted, that this show would have been closed down. It would have been closed down permanently. So I am glad that he jumped in and he saved the day. I will on Monday's show, I will update you on all the information that I can gather. But I really, really wish him a speedy recovery, and I really hope to see him, back really soon, really, really soon. So again, I don't know how serious it was. I don't know. As far as we know, it was, he's okay. He's got stitches in. He's recovering. So, once I find out more information, and once I, can talk to him again, then I can have more information on you. I can have more information for you. But right now, please keep him in your thoughts and prayers. And I really, really hope, Robert, I really, really hope for a fast and speedy recovery. I really, really do. And again, I will keep you updated. As I learn more, you'll learn more, okay? But for right now, please keep Robert in your thoughts and your prayers. Sprinkles Cupcakes are closing all stores on January 1st. So, and this includes the Disney Springs location. I never went to Sprinkles. I never tasted their cookies. But let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you are going to miss this location or not. I know we have Gideon's. We're going to have another location as well. So maybe that's why Sprinkles is leaving. I don't know. I really have no idea. So, but let me know in the comments if you liked Sprinkles or if you're, glad to see it go. 30+ Walt Disney World restaurants have been removed from the Disney dining plan. I don't do the dining plan. So this isn't going to affect me at all. But I know that a lot of you that are on the dining plan, for those of you that, are avid Walt Disney World goers like I am, if you're on the dining plan, this is gonna suck. Why did they do this? I don't know. I mean, a lot of those businesses though are third-party businesses. So Disney doesn't own them. Disney doesn't own Splitsville or, Rainforest Cafe or, a lot of these other restaurants. So, it could be something to do with the contract negotiations or the unions or whatever. But I mean, it's again, let me know in the comments how you feel. But I mean, this isn't going to affect me because I'm not on the dining plan. But those of you that are on the dining plan or anybody else, it's gonna suck. So but well, again, we'll have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and learn more information. Pizza Rizzo sign came down at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So I know a lot of people didn't like Rizzo's. I really wasn't a fan either. I didn't really. The pizza was not great. It was okay. It was okay. It was edible. Was it my favorite kind of pizza? No. No. But, it's just, it is sad that, we're just losing Grand Avenue piece by piece. Muppet Vision, Pizza Rizzo, the bathrooms, which are going to be, all are going to be rethemed anyway, but, I'm not going to get into that whole Muppets rant. But it is sad. The last remaining vestige of Grand Avenue, of the area, the Pizza Rizzo sign, that's gone. So it is now a thing of the past. Grand Avenue is no more. It is completely gone. Former Imagineer Tony Baxter will be signing his artwork at the 2026 Epcot International Festival of the Arts. So, if you're like me, if you're a big Tony Baxter fan, you can buy some of his artwork, and then he can sign it for you. Will it cost an arm and a leg? Probably. But I really want to. It was the same thing with. Paige O'Hara, the voice of Belle, who was at this year's event, is an artist as well. She was signing her stuff. I didn't buy any of hers. I just got a picture with her. But if Tony Baxter's doing like some artwork for, old Disney attractions, then I have to buy at least one and have him sign it, so, I can, and then I'll, get a picture with him. So, but just keep that in mind that he will be, Tony Baxter will be at the 2026 Epcot International Festival of the Arts. Happily Ever After will be returning in 2026 for nightly performances at the Magic Kingdom. So right now, as many of you are aware, they have temporarily paused Happily Ever After because right now it's Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time fireworks, and then of course this is New Year's Eve, so it's the New Year's Eve. The New Year's Eve fireworks, and then once everything, goes back to normal, then Happily Ever After will return. And our last story is, speaking of Muppets, Muppet Treasure Island 30th Anniversary mug comes to Walt Disney World. So, again, everything that we don't want, Disney will give us. Okay, we want Muppet Vision 3D to come back. Disney's like, nope, that's gone forever. We're going to give you everything else. We're going to give you t-shirts and hats and mugs and a gondola wrap and, all kinds of stuff, but you're not getting that show back. All right, which is really stupid. But, again, everything that we don't want, Disney is giving us. Okay, everything that we didn't ask for, Disney is giving us with this Muppets merchandise. All right, we told them, not to get rid of Muppet Vision 3D. They got rid of Muppet Vision 3D, and now they're giving us all this Muppet stuff that that we didn't really ask for, that we didn't really want. Okay, not to knock Muppet Treasure, not to knock the film, Muppet Muppet Treasure Island, which is obviously a great film, but it's, I truly think that Disney knows that they screwed up. They know, they know that they screwed up with closing Muppet Vision 3D. And now they're really trying their hardest to, make us forget. And we're not going to forget, okay? I don't care, what happens, if you give us, all this merchandise, or if you give us, meet and greets, or if you, or whatever, okay? I don't really care, okay? We're not going to forget that Muppet Vision 3D closed, okay? And, Disney can try their hardest, but we're not going to forget Muppet Vision 3D, the last work of Jim Henson. So, but there you are. There's your news. The last news show of the year. I do have some big announcements I want to make, but I'm going to make those at a later date. We're going to get past the new, the new year and, kind of settle in to 2026. And then I will make my announcements for you. But stay tuned for those announcements. But until then, if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel for more content. I thank you guys very much for watching this video. You guys enjoy the rest of your New Year's Eve. And y'all keep each other safe and healthy. I will see you in 2026. And remember that tomorrow is just a dream away.